I'm a kid and have just found what I think is the largest stockpile of M&Ms under my bed. I'm ecstatic because I didn't put them there, but I know my future is going to be really sweet. I'm pulling out the bags one by one. Some are pastel, some are red and green. When my brother walks in, "Oh, you found Mom's stash." I'm confused. You know she buys those after the holidays have eclipsed. They're on sale. And just like that, he turns my living on top of Candy Mountain on a dime. He paints the perspective. Because my family isn't just frugal. We don't just buy things on sale. We stockpile things on sale, hence the load under the bed. So as I continue to grow up and have buying power of my own, I know one thing is entirely, capital T, true. If a little is good, more is better, especially when it's on sale. It's 20 years later, and I'm riding my bike to a grocery store in November. There before me is a sign so glorious I have to rub my eyes to make sure that I'm seeing correctly. Sweet potatoes, 9 cents a pound. That is a steal. That is less than dirt cheap. I am doing some mental math to figure out how many sweet potatoes I can carry on my bike, foregoing any other groceries. And then my stomach growls. I'm committing a cardinal sin of frugality. I'm grocery shopping while hungry. I'm imagining a sweet baked potato with oil and salt, and I start to drool a little bit, and then my stomach growls again, encouraging more. I could buy more than 20 pounds of sweet potatoes. A lot more. Like my body weight. For $12, I could get a surrogate me of sweet potatoes. That is a bargain. So, and I'm on my bike, so this is going to take some commitment, but I've got my afternoon all free. So Operation Sweet Potato commences then and there. I get my first load out to my bike and distribute it on my bike bags and scheme what the best way home, i.e. flattest, route home is, but there's not one. I have to go up hills in order to get home. So even as I'm trucking home with the extra effort and the extra weight, I am jubilant. I feel like I'm bringing home long-lost family members. And I get home and I deposit the first load in the garage and have a quick lunch to quiet my tummy. And then I go back again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And by the 6th time I'm at the grocery store, I'm checking out the cashiers to see if there's been a shift change, to make sure that I'm not spotted as the person that's only buying the cheapest thing in the store. When I get my last $2 load and get it home, I feel victorious. I feel like a swell of pride in my chest. If my family had a merit badge of frugality, today would be my day to earn it. And my reward is my surrogate sweet potato me, now in a huge box in the garage. I take a big armful to cook for dinner. And as that first batch is cooking, I ask myself a question that maybe I should have considered before. What am I going to do with 120 pounds of sweet potatoes? I have no dependents, no celebrations, no family gatherings in the foreseeable future. I have just my one mouth to feed. My inner survivalist laughs at this question. We're going to eat them, duh. And so every meal and every snack henceforth centers on sweet potatoes. I make them in so many different ways. I'll bake them, saute them, fry them, mash them, put them into soup, carve them as a decorative center. I am the Bubba Gump of sweet potatoes. And yet with all of this eating, my stash is still, it doesn't look like it's decreasing at all. It's 6 months later. And while I have now made a dent in my sweet potato body, it's not all gone. I still have a solid thorax and spare leg of orange flesh to consume. My own flesh is also changing color. Some friends have commented that they're concerned about my radiant orange glow, but I don't have time to worry about that. That's not a real problem. I have a real problem, a real potato problem. It's springtime in Austin, and my potatoes are getting moldy due to the heat. This was not part of the master plan. As I pick up a moldy potato to cut off some of the unsavory parts, I recall the swell of pride that I had when I brought them home. Now in my mind, it's just a balloon that's letting out air. I'm disappointed in myself that I'm letting any part of my cash go to waste. I wonder what else I might be rotting under my care as I cut up this moldy potato and I look around the garage. In the other corner, I see a tower of shadowy boxes and something in my stomach drops. These are my boxes of life. At one point in time, they might have been a treasure trove, but in the last few decades, they're really just an archive of everything paper good that I don't have room for in my room anymore. I feed it on a regular basis. Every few months, it gets a stack of new papers or pictures or notes. But I don't know what to do with this, and just looking at it is overwhelming. My eyes go between my boxes of life and my boxes of sweet potatoes, and I think there might be a connection between the two. I have to ask myself, what am I going to do with my boxes of life? I've never excavated them. Who knows what's even in there? I have moved with them multiple times, but gosh, isn't that a pain? And at some point in time, they might have offered something meaningful or magical, but I can't imagine anything that was shiny in third grade holds the same weight as it does to me now. Again, my eyes flicker back and forth between these piles of boxes, and I realize that maybe I'm just accumulating for accumulation's sake. As this idea ricochets through my body and goes out through my toes, I recognize that I need a new mantra, that if a little is good, more is better, isn't serving me anymore. And so with moldy sweet potato in hand, I think of a new one. Something like, save a little, but savor a lot. The meaningful bits of my life aren't indefinitely shelf stable.